Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be reading the story Trust Me, Mom, written by Angela McAllister and illustrated by Ross Collins. This book really talks about paying attention to your surroundings, listening to your parents, and following directions. Because sometimes if you don't follow directions, what can happen? Sometimes you can get in trouble, right? Sometimes things can happen to you. Well, let's find out what happens to our little boy in the story. His name is Ollie. Mom calls him Oliver. Now, let's see what happens. Are you ready to go on another adventure? Today was the day. For the first time, Ollie was allowed to cross the road and walk to the store all by himself. Mom had practiced with him. Now she said, "Go straight there and don't stop to talk to anyone. Don't put your hands in your pockets in case you trip. Look and listen before you cross the road. And I won't walk on the cracks in the sidewalk," said Ollie, "or the bears will get me." "No," said Mom, "that's only in stories." "And don't take the shortcut through Mr. Spinelli's yard. Don't stop to read comics in the store. Just ask for cheese." "Can I buy candy too?" said Ollie. "Please is the magic word," said Mom. "Please, can I buy candy too?" "Yes, but don't get fireball fizzers. They're so strong they will blow your head off. And remember to check the change." "Trust me, Mom," said Ollie. "I can look after myself." And off he went. Look at that big old thing. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Let's find out what this thing is. Ollie walked along the road, humming happily, with no care in the world. But as soon as he turned the corner, a bug-eyed monster jumped out at him. Look at that. It's a big old monster. Mom hadn't warned him about monsters. "Grrr!" it roared, the monster wildly. "Grrr!" roared Ollie even more wildly. The bug-eyed monster hadn't been warned about boys. With a yip, he returned. He turned his tail and ran away. He scared the monster off. Ollie continued down the road. He passed a spooky house. Out of the window floated a ghost. Mom hadn't warned him about ghosts. Woo! The ghost moaned at him. "Sorry," said Ollie. "I believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, but I've never believed in ghosts." For a moment, the ghost looked disappointed, then faded away like a sad puff of breath. There it goes. Ollie came to the crosswalk. He looked and listened. He looked both ways. He crossed safely. Now, which way, he wondered? The long path by the library or the shortcut through Mr. Spinelli's yard? He's making a decision. Ollie sighed and took the long path. He chose correctly, didn't he? Around the corner of the library came a witch on a bicycle. She bumped into Ollie and dropped her books. Mom hadn't warned him about witches. "Arg!" screeched the witch. "Pick up my books, or I'll turn you into a pile of skunk poo." "No, I won't," said Ollie. "Go away." The witch cackled. "Only magic words can make witches go away." "Abracadabra, hocus pocus," said Ollie. Nothing happened. The witch grinned. Then Ollie remembered. "Please go away." At these words, the witch screamed and disappeared in a puff of smoke. There she goes. Ollie arrived at the store. He asked for the cheese, and he chose some candy. He also wanted fireball fizzers. "I'll just take 2, he said. "Small ones." Oh, he's still not listening to his mom. Remember what she said? Them fireball frizzies are so hot, they'll blow his head off. Ollie checked his change. He peeked at the comics, and then he set off home. "I'm doing fine," thought Ollie. Well, he disobeyed again. He scrambled through Mr. Spinelli's yard. He wasn't supposed to go through there. And he crossed the road safely. Suddenly, a grizzly bear appeared. Mom hadn't warned him about grizzly bears. Ooh, look at his big, ferocious teeth. Growled the grizzly. It looked hungry. Ollie decided to run. He ran down the sidewalk, stepping on every crack he could. Sure enough, 3 huge bears stepped out from behind him, behind a lamppost. They saw the grizzly, and it saw them. Uh-oh, look, they're trying to hide. Did Ollie look scared? Ollie skipped out of the way just as the bear fight began. "Can't stop," called out Ollie. Is it going on? Ollie turned the corner. He was nearly home. Suddenly there was a flash of light, and 2 aliens stood before him. Mom hadn't warned him about aliens. "Take us to your leader," they said in thin, squeaky voices. "Well, that could be difficult," said Ollie. "I'd be late getting home." He took a piece of candy out of his bag, popped it in his mouth. Then he offered the aliens his fireball frizzies. I wonder if they're going to pop his heads off. The aliens inspected the candy, then popped them into their mouths. "Yuck!" they shrieked. At once, steam shot out of their ears. Look at the steam. Oh, goodness. Then their heads blew off, and their bodies melted into a puddle of goo. Ugh. When Ollie got home, he gave Mom the correct change. "Did you do as I told you?" she asked. "Well, I didn't put my hands in my pockets," he said, truthfully. I knew you'd be okay." "All right, Ollie," said Mom. Ollie went out into the yard to finish his candy. I told you to trust me, Mom. I can look after myself, but look. There's the alien saucer. Oh, you remember the big monster at the beginning of the story? The bug-eyed monster? Oh, there's the witch. There's the bears. A lot happened in this one. The end.